the release of Captain America Brave New World coming out in a couple days, I wanted to share with you guys my personal rankings of each individual Captain America film, along with Falcon and the Winter Soldier, since it has to do with Sam Wilson. So let's get to it. Coming in at fourth place is going to be Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Like most Disney Plus shows, I would have preferred this be a movie. Would rather have had seen the government take the shield away from Sam versus Sam just being kind of insecure about it. I do think Bucky should have been given the shield if they're going to do this whole like passing of the torch and whatnot. But I also don't mind Sam as well. I have my own reasons for wanting Bucky to be the second to take on the mantle of Captain America, but I'll get into that in another video sometime down the line. With that, I would have liked to have seen why the government didn't think Sam was deserving of the shield, because he clearly is. He has military combat experience. He's saved the world handfuls of times now at this point. And he's a veteran, and he helped other veterans with mental instability. So he's definitely worthy of the shield. He's a good person to his core, like Steve is. I would have liked to have seen the government take it, see why the government takes it and their mentality, and then also see everybody rally behind Sam, including Sam him standing up for himself to show that he is worthy of the shield. I think that would have been a much better storyline as far as the film goes, and it would have been a smoother transition into him being Captain America versus just becoming Captain America at the very end of the show, which a show most people, especially casual MCU watchers, most people didn't watch it. I also think with that, John Walker's story would have been more impactful as far as his arc goes, even if it's just for one movie. They could have kept the same arc he had, but kind of dove a little bit deeper into it and kind of given him some more focus about his background in combat as well, and show like the pros and the cons between him and Sam, and maybe have him be, this is why we don't want Sam to have the shield, and then obviously, like I said earlier, have Sam standing up for himself with everybody else rallying behind him. John Walker was a good dude, but he had a darkness to him that Sam kind of doesn't really have, and that would have been an interesting dynamic to explore with them two going head on instead of dealing with the power broker and the flag smashers and all that. That's just my personal opinion, but because of the way the show went the way it went, that's why it's in fourth place for me. Coming into third place is going to be Captain America, the First Avenger. While this is one of my favorite MCU origin movies, just origin movie in general, actually, between any origin story, it also is one of my favorite MCU movies. It's probably in my top 10 out of the 34 that they have. I think this new Captain America is going to be 35 now. The thing about this movie is that it's played very safely. The future of the MCU was dependent on Captain America, the First Avenger, because he is the leader of the Avengers. So if this movie didn't succeed, I honestly think there, A, wouldn't have been an Avengers movie, and B, if there was, it wouldn't be as good as it is. So with this movie, I understand why they had to play it safe and just go kind of just the smooth route of things with just the basic kind of simple structure of storytelling. So for that reason, it's in third place. In second place is Captain America Civil War. One of the biggest critiques after Avengers 1 was that their solo movies didn't have other Avengers in it for the most part. Like, I just remember the critique being, okay, we know who the Avengers are now. They all live in this world, obviously, but how come they're not in this movie in this place or this movie in that place? What I like about Civil War is that it kind of adapts to that criticism of it and shows, hey, here's the heroes, here's the world we've built, and here's how they're going to continue to help even in these solo movies. Now, with that being said, it does feel like an Avengers 2.5, which personally I'm not upset about, but I know a lot of people kind of were upset about that at the time. They just said, why not call it Avengers? Because it kind of is what it is. But that's what happens when you have this world filled with all these characters and all these people that all have interconnected stories. What brings it down to second place for me versus first place isn't the movie's fault. It's just something that I knew beforehand. The twist with Bucky near the end is something that I had known about long before the movie even came out. So it wasn't like this huge reveal to me, whereas I think for casual audiences, it was a big reveal, which is why I think a lot of people might have Civil War above my next movie. Transitioning into that, my number one Captain America film is Captain America, the Winter Soldier. So back in 2014, I wasn't as into the comics and kind of deep dives into everything as I do now. So when the first teaser trailer dropped and we see only the Winter Soldier, he's got the mask on, we don't know who it is, I just had a gut feeling it was Bucky. So when it actually was revealed that it was him, I wasn't surprised by that. What did surprise me, though, was the fall of S.H.I.E.L.D. and how Hydra had infiltrated everything this entire time. It changed the MCU, just flipped it right upside down on its head, or heels, whatever they say. I don't know. Either way, it changed things. It changed things and added a dynamic to the MCU that A, the MCU hadn't seen yet, and B, it's something that a lot of MCU projects strive to reach. They try to reach that point of let's change the game. And it just hasn't quite, nothing's really quite gotten there except for maybe Infinity War. But again, that's like a big ensemble one, so it's a little bit different. So for Captain America, the Winter Soldier to take everything up a notch to the next level and for everything else to still try to be reaching that level 11 years later now, that's why it's in first place for me. I'm going to be releasing another video after I see Captain America Brave New World, and I'll also update the rankings. From where I see it, I think Captain America Brave New World is going to take a spot of 4th place. After I see the movie, let's see where it falls. Let me know down below what you guys think and what your rankings are of the Captain America franchise. Let me know what you think about my rankings. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Tell your mom, tell your dad, tell your aunts, tell your uncles, tell your brothers, tell your sisters, tell your neighbors. Tell everybody you know, come watch this video and fight me on it. Fight me on the rankings. Tell me why I'm wrong. I mean, I'm not, but try to prove to me why I am. All that being said, hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you in the next video.
Walk away alive, Captain, but he will.